New signings added to the club thanks to the previous summer transfer window, the past couple of episodes of which covered said window. So do feel free to check the channel page for those videos if you missed them. Spoilers incoming, 1, 2, 3. We have, of course, now in our starting lineup, Mateus Cunha as the man that leads the line. Albert on the left-hand side, Jeremy Albert, a 92 rated free agent. He was 90 when we signed him as a centre forward. We changed him to a left wing. He was 91 and he's already grown to 92. Banging. We also brought in Lucas Paqueta and Ismail Benacer too. Also brought in Andy Robertson as well. Quite a busy transfer window to say the least. And we've also brought in Nordi Mukiele as well. Now you guys have told me in the comment section, and thank you for that, that if I change Nordi Mukiele to a centre-back from right wing back, actually he'll go up in overall rating. I am still obviously planning to use him as either a centre back or a right back, but if his rating is higher and we use him in a simulated game, then the higher rating gives us a better chance of winning said game. There was also some comments saying that the game was showing as me playing on Legendary, which I'm not. Why it showed Legendary? Absolutely no idea whatsoever, because now when I go in, it says Ultimate. So what was going on in the last episode, I have not a clue, I'm afraid. No idea whatsoever. Just FIFA things, probably. But we start today with FC Köln, who ordinarily I would sim, but they have started the season by winning their opening 3 games. No, they haven't. They've drawn one of their opening 3 games, but they are unbeaten, as are we. And we try and close the gap on FC Bayern München and Borussia Mönchengladbach at the top of the table as well today, whilst also playing Liverpool in the Champions League. Yikes. Then it's St. Pauli, which will sim, Stuttgart, which I'll probably sim, and then play Hajduk Split as well, because I've never played Hajduk Split, I don't think, on career mode, and it might be nice to do so. Taking on board your feedback with regards the iffy simulation results as well, and we'll cover that when we get there, but thank you for that feedback too. Right, FC Köln to start, then Liverpool after that, and hopefully plenty of points on the board come the end of the episode. As ever, of course, please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more of the content. Probably our final season at Dortmund before moving on elsewhere in this Glory Hunter. So let's go and win 3 trophies, shall we? Starting with the Bundesliga. It's not going to show me the lineups, is it? Fine, I'll do it myself. It does now show the lineups. If you start a new save, they patched it, but unfortunately the patch doesn't affect current saves, only new ones for Xbox and Sony PlayStation related rules, not EA related rules. So when I start my next save, I'll get the graphics every time. For now though, we'll just have to do it this way. Lars Oenerstal in goal for FC Köln, then Rasmus Carstensen, Luca Killian, Soyuncu, the former Leicester City centre-back at centre-back, and Frabotta at left-back. In central midfield, it's Manu Molanes and Elliot Matazzo, and then Zanamaki on the right, Peter Olayinka on the left, with Roberto Lopez at cam, and Mohamed Bayo up top at striker. They're above us in the table. They're unbeaten so far this year, so we have to take them relatively seriously. You'll notice that a number of my players are rotated, however, because, rather understandably, Liverpool is the more important game, and for some reason it's reset my controller settings, which is absolutely lovely. Thank you for that. Just FIFA things. Maybe that's related to the fact that it showed Legendary in the last episode. I've absolutely no idea. I'm going to go and reset these then. Benacer is just so good in my experience so far in that CDM role. Nordi Mukiele at right back at the minute, but obviously we're going to be utilising him as a right back and a centre back throughout our time in this save now. Gio Reyna cuts that out nicely, and we'll just look to accelerate away, which we've done really well. Here's Julian Brandt. Burkhardt's on the run, but we'll use Reyna, then look for Jonathan Burkhardt, and completely fuck the pass up. Lovely! Win that, Mr. Benacer. Well up, son. Enzo Fernandez brings it down. Brandt will get that back to Enzo Fernandez, and a bit of space here for Adeyemi, but to be fair, was on his right foot, although he does have a 5-star weak foot, so he should be just as good on his right, in theory, as he is on his left. Wait and see. Nice tackle to win that back, and I'll poke that through the gap and not find the man I'm looking for. Lopez across to Olayinka. They got the left back on the run, and it is him that they look for. I did get there first with Nordi Mukiele, and he did get his foot to it, but it still fell for the FC Köln man, annoyingly. Get that to Julian Brandt, then poke it, and Burkhardt's got the half to himself. Push as much as you like, FC Köln, but you are going to leave gaps. Unfortunately, your goalkeeper is going to save you bacon, though, on this occasion. But fingers crossed, if we can do that a couple of times, we'll actually make the difference next time. Really should have tucked that away, to be honest. Can't be missing up opportunities quite so obvious and clear-cut, are we, if we want to be winning games? Jonathan should have buried that every single time. And that's why we bought Mateus Cunha. Actually, here comes Enzo Fernandez. And then around the corner, Reina and Brandt. Good save by Unestral again. Second time the goalkeeper has pulled out a big stop for FC Köln here already in just the opening 20 minutes to keep the scorelines level at 0-0. But the ball will continually come back towards their goal. And hopefully, he won't continually keep them out. That actually cannoned off Burkhardt twice. And the second time he was offside. It's going well, this, isn't it? Ismail Benacer steps in, but they're going to get away with it here. And Gabriel doesn't win it back. And Bayo buries it. Well, for all of our pressure at the other end, turns out Cologne only needed one opportunity to score at the other. I need to see a replay of that, see exactly what happened with Gabriel there. He won it back. He won it back, and then I don't know what happened. He gets there first. Well, no, he doesn't get there first. Their guy chests it, and then Gabriel... Yeah, I don't... Just ignored it initially and then tried to Cruyff turn on it? I'm not sure. Regardless, they buried it. They lead. Their 78 rated goalkeeper is apparently better than my 89. Who knew? Spun me well. And now here they come again. Bayo's already gotten one today. Gabriel this time does make the challenge. Thank you, Gabriel. And we do come away with the ball this time. If only you could have done that last time, eh, pal? Julian Brandt. There goes Burkhardt again. He's on the run for a second time. He's in behind for a second time. And this time, we'll score it. The more difficult opportunity, he buries. The easier one, the keeper saves. Clearly taking out his frustrations at that by headbutting the bloody corner flag. We're back level at 1-1 on the brink of half-time here at home against FC Köln. Now we just need to go and score a second and hopefully a third as well. Forward from left-back into Burkhardt, the goal scorer. Sosa's gone again, but he was offside there. Adeyemi play a quick one to a Burkhardt. And then here, arriving in the box, is Enzo Fernandez. Soyuncu with the block. There was the opportunity for a pass on there, but I'm not sure if the angle actually presented itself to allow me to get the ball to the man. So I went for the shot. Turns out, poor decision because he blocked it. But at least we had a go, rather than risking playing a pass and not having any shot. Gabriel played this out wide. They are looking to press, as you can see there. FC Köln now. When we get on the ball, there is always a blue shirt next to me. Or certainly rapidly closing me down at the very least. Enzo Fernandez has rapidly closed that down. Adeyemi will ride the challenge and find Sosa here, who does have Julian Brandt down the line in support. Adeyemi's still there, but we'll go back in here to Ismail Benacer. And he'll find Enzo Fernandez. And you can see the space out here for Gio Reyna. And there is some space in there for Karim Adeyemi. If he can spin the man on his left foot, work the angle for the shot. Unestral, though, makes the save, gobbles it up at the second attempt. Wasn't the cleanest of stops, but a stop nonetheless. Julian Brandt will try and outmuscle the man and win that back, and he's done that brilliantly. Because they'd pressed a little bit there, Köln. They've opened up some space. Burkhardt, however, outmuscled off it, and Zanamakia now breaks for the away side. Bayo could play the through ball on either side of him. Sosa steps in, then gets caught from behind. Advantage played, but then not gotten. So the referee will pull it back for the yellow card. I do have the option of some of my first team players on the bench, should we not be able to find a way through for a second time by, say, the 75th minute or so. But I would rather rely on these second string players like that, because we've Liverpool midweek. Jonathan Burkhardt doing the business again. That's much better, sir. So, 2 from 3 for Jonathan Burkhardt. We will now let him off for that first half miss. Good movement. Nice ball, to be fair, as well from Gio Reyna, and a smart finish. We're in front against FC Köln for the first time this afternoon. Comes Bayo and Lopez. Morlanes down the line looking for Zanamakia. It's only a 1-goal advantage, so it's not certainly over yet. This is a result. 2 mistakes from Gabriel in this game. I asked him to pass that back to the goalkeeper, and he has not done so. He's just hovered next to the ball, and Bayo's run up to it and Have they both connected with it at the same time there? Oh, we're getting a bit frustrated at Gabriel today, aren't we? I've asked him to play the pass, and he is in the process of playing it, but he does it so nonchalantly, without any real urgency whatsoever, that Bio actually gets in there, and they're both striking the ball at the same time. But by a matter of a couple of inches, as you can see here, Bio, actually both wearing the same bloody boot, Bio in the blue sock, gets to the ball first and fires the ball past the goalkeeper. Excellent! Thank you, Gabriel. That's twice you've screwed up now in this game, and twice Bio has scored because of it. Not getting much luck at the minute, am I? At the back so far this season. A 2-goal advantage thrown away in the game against Hoffenheim yesterday. And now a 2-1 advantage thrown away in this game as well, with both goals, with one player at fault for each of them. Gabriel has not been great today, and I will certainly think twice about playing him in the next game. He's lunged for that as well without my button input whatsoever and put himself out of position. Sanimakia to Cartensen. Both sides undefeated so far this season. That's bounced off my guy without me having any control of it, and very nearly they made it 3-2 to them. Adeyemi inside here to Julian Brandt. That's, again, delayed in the pass, Julian Brandt. I'm not sure what's going on at the minute. Players not acting on instinct, and it's cost me a result there. It's 2-2 against FC Köln. We are 1 win and 3 draws so far at the beginning of this Bundesliga season. It's not the ideal way to begin a title attempt, is it? With Liverpool next. It's not going to get any easier today either. But of course, with it being Liverpool next, watch me now go and win this one by like 3 goals, because just FIFA things. One thing to show you actually, since we've been scouting for these young regens, we have found a couple more. There is Gonçalo Santos, Portuguese goalkeeper, 82 rated at 20 years of age, 6'5", and not a regen of anyone in particular. Obviously, Kleber Fernandez, we discovered, is the Alexandro regen. There is Jaden Moss, centre mid, left mid, 21 years of age, Juventus. You'll also notice centre mid, left mid, Jude Bellingham. They have the same birthday, but Bellingham is only a year older than Moss. Obviously, at 22, he's nowhere near retiring. So, Jaden Moss is a Jude Bellingham pre-gen. We discovered a Romelu Lukaku pre-gen in a previous save. Can't remember whether it was last year or the year before. But ordinarily, it tends to be players that pre-gen a year or two before the actual real-life player is retiring. But rather evidently, Jude Bellingham is not going to be retiring anytime soon at the age of 22. But Jaden Moss has been pre-generated as another Jude Bellingham. They share the exact same birthday, a year apart. Hence why Jude Bellingham is on the shortlist. I'm not going to be signing him in this save. There's also Matthias Peters, who is a Dries Mertens regen, and you're already familiar with the Cristiano Ronaldo regen. Even more so, considering he scored against us in the game against Hoffenheim in the league in the last episode, or the episode before that, can't recall which it was. Right, Liverpool at home next then, our first foray into the Champions League this season. Liverpool's lineup then for this Champions League tie. They are missing Frenkie de Jong through suspension. So he must have accumulated a number of yellow cards last season, or no, I don't know, as an accumulated yellow card suspension would count in the new year, would it? Maybe it's reset? Certainly he's suspended, however, so not available for this one. You just saw their lineup. It is still pretty damn strong. They do have an 88 rated Mo Salah on the bench. Up top, Diogo Jota, the man that we attempted to try and sign in the summer window. And Jurgen Klopp just was not really willing to negotiate with me over much at all, other than the sale of Andy Robertson. And they very nearly got particularly fortunate in the build-up there. 2 shots blocked, and still the goalkeeper needed to make the save. Fabian Ruiz into Luis Diaz, an early delivery, won well by Weston McKennie. And, well, Paqueta's header was pretty shite there, wasn't it? Luis Diaz picked off by Weston McKennie. Oh, dearie me, Liverpool putting the pressure on early doors here, the same way that we did to FC Köln in the last game. Hopefully, however, it will work for us come the end of this fixture and will come away with the dub. McKennie delivers it into the middle. Would have found a teammate. It's fallen here to Florian Wirtz. We'll get it out to Weston McKennie again. Little back heel. Bellini on his left. I tried to wind up for the shot and he couldn't get it away quickly enough. 10 minutes in, it's 0-0. Certainly a physical game. Certainly a well-contested game. Certainly end-to-end so far as well, isn't it? And that's going to continue here as we look for Matheus Cunha, but I can't quite find the accurate pass. Nor can they, though. Wirtz will lift this, looking for Jeremy Albert. Goal kick. Trent has his pocket picked by Jeremy Albert, who's ghosted past the second defender as well. I don't quite know how he's done that. I guess that's what you get when you have a 92 rated player. Matheus Cunha with some good footwork there. Albert short to Lucas Paqueta and into Bellini, who's onside. And again, delays with taking the shot. I'm going to change my settings with my custom controllers here. It's pass receiver lock though. It's got nothing to do with the power up of shots. I'm really frustrated at the minute. I'm trying to do stuff. It's not doing stuff. It cost me goals at one end with Gabriel in the last game, and it's cost me again there at the other end of the pitch now with Bellini, where I've powered up for the shot, and he just... I don't know whether it's the game not finding an animation in time, or it's just an overall delayed input in an offline game mode. I'm not sure, but it's costing me opportunities at the minute, isn't it? And... oh, Jesus! Costing me goals at either end of the pitch. Bellini was in there, he just wouldn't shoot quickly enough. Abel Ruiz with the delivery. You guys will have to let me know if you're encountering similar issues of your own with the gameplay. And if you are, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just kind of praying it's not just me that's having these issues with the animations. I'll find out when you guys comment on the video, but it doesn't stop it being any less frustrating for me, knowing that you guys are suffering a similar sort of issue. But if it is a more widespread issue, then certainly it's something I can report to the devs that could potentially be looked into, hopefully. Weston McKennie down the line. Picked off by Pedersen. It's done very well there. Little flick. Luis Diaz in behind. Pedersen is their lowest rated player in the starting lineup at 80. Again, Weston McKennie slow on the uptake of the input of the pass command. And it cost me possession. Bellini with the turn there nicely. Okay, good. And now Lucas Paqueta's away. And they've committed bodies forward here. And I'll just lift this. Looking for Florian Wirtz, who's going to take it in his stride well. Look for Albert, who's onside. And Alisson makes the stop. Florian Wirtz with the delivery. Swung well. Schlotterbeck's underneath it. Rodrigo with the header. Albert will nod this down. Lucas Paqueta. Albert again. It won't go in for either team. Jota played over the top. Former teammate Andy Robertson trying to get there. Can't. I've slid in. I've got connection on the ball. And it's fallen straight back to Diogo Jota, who's doing his old playing a video game celebration. Tried to get there with the first defender. Missed. Second defender, it did actually hit him on the back. But Jota's just hovered there, not actually done anything with the ball, and let me slide right across the front of him. And the defender, rather than actually target the ball with the slide, has just slid in front of him, and he's just not shot. Let me go all the way across him. Then I had a shot, which has then subsequently gone in. We are not having much luck this season so far, are we? As soon as that luck changes, we'll be winning every single bloody game, I tell you that much. Under hit. What's Schlotterbeck got a yellow card for? Rodrigo. What a ball. Curtis Jones. Jota. Kubel makes the save. Good move by Liverpool. Very nearly offering up a second goal for them. It was 1-1 in the other game in the group between Monaco and... whoa! The Croatians. It was a Spaniard nearly giving the English side a 2-goal lead here away from home in Germany. Jesus, Luis Diaz has never had interceptions that good, has he? Fabian Ruiz with a terrible pass, though, and I've been gifted possession back again. Now, through that gap is Florian Wirtz. I'm getting particularly frustrated. Some of my high-quality players underperforming in certain areas. They should be better than they are right now. Here's Albert looking for Florian Wirtz. And Wirtz finds Lucas Paqueta. who can't get that home. That... Hello, referee. Can I have a penalty, please? I'm challenging for this header, and the keeper has just flattened him. That's a penalty. What is happening to me today? I am speechless as to what's going on this field of play right now. That's gone through Lucas Paqueta as well when he's trying to control it, which is great. Fabian now gets a free kick. Can I have a penalty, please, ref? He's not the Brazilian guy from the England-France game, is he? What is going on here? Fabian Ruiz with the turn. Lucas Paqueta gets the challenge in. And Wirtz will break. Unbelievable, Jeff. Can't believe it. Wirtz. No, it was supposed to go to Bellini. Bugger. Jones into Rodrigo. Good tackle by Schlotterbeck. Slightly overcommitted again, but was able to get a foot to it. Inside there to Mateus Cunha and space for Wirtz. And here comes Bellini on the run. He's got the pace and the 5-star weak foot and the finish. Fabio Bellini makes it Dortmund 1, Liverpool 1. We are level at Signal Iduna Park. Good finish, that one. Schlotterbeck. Albert quickly out of his feet. Robertson. Well, the Croatians have now taken a 2... No, never mind. The Croatians had a 2-1 lead against Monaco. It's now 2-2 there. Quickly round the corner into Florian Wirtz. It might be 2-1 here. It isn't. Bellini trying to turn. Finds Albert. Now it is. Jeremy Albert turns the game on its head. It's Dortmund's 2, Liverpool 1. And as there's a second goal for the home side in one group stage game, there's a second goal for the home side in the other 2. Fabian again. Now, just as we were against FC Köln. The level of jinx is unbelievable. Just as we were at FC Köln, the rest of the unsaid sentence, we're 2-1 up and we don't want to concede to go back to 2-2. But guess what we've literally done before I can even finish saying my sentence? Brilliant finish from Diogo Jota. And there's the sucker punch from Jurgen and from Liverpool. And it's 2-2. That only took about 4 minutes, didn't it, in game? Unbelievable finish from Diogo Jota, that. Disgusting stuff. Kubel is not playing very well so far this season. I'm getting unlucky in some circumstances, certainly, with the way that chances are coming for players. But then when the chances do come, you certainly don't expect your goalkeeper to concede at his near post from that angle and that far out either. Albert with the nice fake Rabona together inside to Florian Wirtz. Looking for a third goal here. We couldn't find one against FC Köln. And we can't seem to find one against Liverpool either. It was 2-2 in the first game, and it looks ever more likely to be 2-2 in the second game as well. Unless I've jinxed myself again. And Liverpool are going to find a third, but they're not. Neither am I. 2-2 at home against Liverpool. I have an issue with all 4 goals that were conceded today. And the fact that I didn't get a penalty for that foul on Lucas Paqueta. Now, hopefully, your suggestions with regards getting over the issue with unrealistic simulation results will actually work for me. So your suggestion with regards simming, rather than doing the quick sim, is to just do the regular, or the newer, interactive sim. Now, it's suggested that, obviously in the interest of time as well, for both recording, editing, rendering, uploading, etc., it's suggested that if I do a jump to result, well, that's still not realistic then, is it? 70% possession to St. Pauli and 30% to Borussia Dortmund, that's even more skewed the wrong way. There's no way that happens. I'll try in the next one really peculiar. Was that because they'd had the possession in the first part of that game? I don't know. Let me go to the Stuttgart game now then, and I'll try just leaving it on the full interactive sim, and we'll see what happens with it. This is almost a test run then here, trying to figure out how exactly the game works, because evidently it doesn't work how you would expect it to, nor how we have become used to it working. Okay, so let's try watching the full interactive sim and seeing if that works in getting us a realistic result in simulated games. I obviously won't show you the whole of this, as we don't with regular full-length games, so I'll cut it into highlights as I usually do. But if you want to see, as ever, all of the behind the scenes, then do come and join me over on the Twitch channel, and hopefully you guys can come and join me there and see all of the behind the scenes. But evidently Stuttgart on the attack here in the opening stages. However, hopefully we're still able to get ourselves a result here come the end of play. There's a Borussia Dortmund lead. They've got an injury to Pavlidis, but Fabio Bellini has given us a 1-0 lead. Now, I've actually had the second controller turned on to ensure that they started with their best possible lineup, which they absolutely weren't doing. But we changed their lineup, as we always do, behind the scenes, to ensure that the strongest possible opposition lineup is there and available for them. And, well, Cabral has now equalised for Stuttgart, so well, the whole realistic result thing still hangs in the balance. But this Dortmund side should be winning every sim we do in the Bundesliga, other than, there you go, there's a second Bellini again, other than teams like Bayern Munich or Bayer Leverkusen or Leipzig. Even Leverkusen aren't that strong, I don't think. We're now 2-1 up here against Stuttgart in the 35th minute as we see it right now. Perhaps this is the answer to the ever-aging question of how the hell do you get the game to do what it's supposed to do? There's a third. It's Florian Wirtz to make it 3-1. This is seemingly the answer then, is to go for the interactive sim like this. It's going to mean that videos take longer to make and longer to edit, etc. But if it gives us the better outcome, then it is a sacrifice I am willing to make time-wise. And hopefully, in the longer term, it will lead to better results moving forward for us throughout the rest of this and every other future save. Why the regular sim doesn't seem to work in giving you realistic results, I don't know. Hashtag just FIFA things seems to be the theme of pretty much friggin' everything today, doesn't it? 3-1 up against Stuttgart with 20 minutes to go. They might be about to make it 3-2. They are not. Maybe a fourth. He'll stop his time. We tried to lob the keeper, judging by that, as it looped up and came back down again. But a Bellini brace and a Florian Wirtz third give us 3 points against Stuttgart. Hopefully, time will tell as we experiment with that a little bit more moving forward. But hopefully now, that is the issue of the sim sorted. Up next is Hajduk Split, the Croatian side in the Champions League. And fingers crossed this time in a played game, we won't come away with a 2-2 draw. Hajduk Split don't actually have any left-backs, despite playing a left-back formation. There aren't really any names in there that I'm familiar with personally, but of course, by all means, a number of you may be familiar with some names in there. There are some regens in there too. It's not Fran Beltran at left-back, it's a regen CDM centre-mid that's playing at left-back. So they got a good 2-2 draw against Monaco, did Hajduk Split, so we're not going to underestimate them at all. I am fielding my strongest possible 11, and after the draw against Liverpool, I'd very much like to have 4 points on the board after 2 games played in the Champions League this season. Albert, out to Andy Robertson, down the line to Florian Wirtz. Plenty in the box, calling for a challenge from Amin. Strong, wow. What a slide tackle that was. Wirtz, short, Cunha, Albert trying desperately to get the ball under control, but can't. The defence here for the home side doing its business. As is Bellini for me at the other end. Wow, it's excellent tracking back from the forward player. Wirtz will get this out wide to Andy Robertson again. I won't go to Albert down the line. We'll get Andy Robertson down the line and then deliver what is a very dangerous cross as Matheus Cunha goes for the overhead kick, but unfortunately can't pull it off. He's done that all of his own accord as well. I didn't hold the like flare shot button. He's just tried it off his own back, but unfortunately it didn't work. And inside nicely there to Matheus Cunha. And here's Albert again. Takes it in his stride well, looking for Cunha. I would ideally have liked a first-time shot, but never mind. Wirtz, bit of space. We'll use that space. And Sentic makes a good save. Atanasov and Saric has got some pace, it seems, and he's burst beyond my entire defensive line, and Schlotterbeck gets back. But still, the chance. Brilliant save by Kubel. That's a top stop. How come he can save that, but not the Diogo Jota game in the Liverpool game? Or the Diogo Jota shot, sorry, in the Liverpool game. That was an outrageous stop from Kubel there to deny them an opening goal here in this fixture. Champions League is proving to be very difficult, isn't it? Sahiti, Kalik, Sahiti, picked off by Schlotterbeck. And away. Wirtz holds it up well. Albert's in a bit more space. There's not really much room for Matheus Cunha at the minute to be found with a pass. Here's this male Benacer. We'll switch this out wide to Weston McKennie. Nice little bit of movement there from Paqueta to drop and find the space. And he's found Cunha, who's also in space, who gives us a 1-0 lead away from home in the Champions League. Right, this time, I'm going to hold on to my lead and I'm going to win the bloody game. This time. That was the... oh, he nearly overrun that. Would have stolen it off him there. Surely we'd have made it 2. Definitely have had the opportunity to make it 2. Anyway, McKennie wins the ball off him and then stumbles it out for a split corner. To be fair to him, has made up for it by winning that header as well. Well done, Weston. Appreciate that. Now, can you win the ball back again? No. This is good football from Hajduk. Saric. Blocked. Blocked. Continually. Here come the Croatians, though. Beltran into Saric. Here's Atanasov. And Krovanic just keeps falling to split players. And it's a corner for them again. From Krovinovic on that far side. Whipped and cleared away by Weston McKennie. Try and get there. Try and get there. Try and get there. Saric. Good block. It still falls for split, but they missed the target. Whew. To Bellini. No, not having it. Stepped in for it. Monaco take the lead at Anfield through Martinez. Liverpool looking like they might only get 1 point from the opening 2 Champions League games. We're on course for 4. Monaco are also on course for 4, and maybe that's the French side showing a sign of intent to be challenging us for top spot rather than it to be Liverpool. Robertson forward to Albert here. We've not been dominant in this game by any stretch of the imagination. And they've definitely had plenty of opportunity themselves. Split, but Wirtz should have finished them off. Bellini can't find the net. Can't find the back of the net. Can't find the target with the shot from the angle. Well, after all of Hajduk Split's efforts in the first half, sorry, first part of this second half, we should have taken the second goal there. They've gifted it back to me, and we still could. Lovely ball round the corner, cushioned pass by Matheus Cunha, and we will score a second goal. Sorry, Hajduk, you've played very well in this second half, but we're fighting back and showing our quality now. Nicely intercepted, Weston McKennie. Enzo Fernandez through the gap. Wirtz wriggles away, looking for Bellini. And it could be another tap-in for Matheus Cunha. Indeed it is. 3 of the best. He's made them pay. Just imagine that in the German commentary instead. And we lead by 3-0. And our new Brazilian striker through the middle has grabbed all of them. 1 in the first half, 2 in the second. 3 goals, 3 points. Thank you very much indeed. And there's the final whistle as well. Beautiful! Well, we'll certainly take that then. There is a bit of an international break upcoming between this game and the next set of Borussia Dortmund games, but there's still more than 3 games. Monaco won by 2-1 in the end at Anfield. There's still a handful of games in the next month to come for the next episode. As you can see, in fact, actually, it's Union Berlin first, then the international break, then Schalke, then Augsburg, and Monaco and Hanover in the Cup. Now, I want to play Monaco, and I want to make sure we go through in the Cup. So it'll probably be Schalke, Monaco, and Hanover that we play in the next episode, and we will sim Union Berlin and Augsburg with the interactive sim in the anticipation of getting more realistic results. That's the plan. Now, let's see if that plan can come together, shall we? That'll be tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching today. I appreciate it very much indeed. Do drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel so you can watch tomorrow too. I'll see you then.